Hey everybody, it's Bryan Brisson. I'm back again with this week's NFL Best Bets preview presented by the Typical Sports Fan. I'm sorry I couldn't do a review this week. A lot of things came up with family and work, and I just could not find time. I apologize. I actually think I might just combine the two videos and make it just a bit longer, not go so in-depth onto the review. Last week, just a quick recap, we went 2-2, not great, but we hit both the over in the Kansas City game and Atlanta -3. Chicago had a crazy game with Miami. The Dolphins always seem to be involved in these crazy games that somehow we're always on the wrong side of. And Jacksonville just didn't show up. Blake Bortles played a Blake Bortles game. So let's move on this week. We're going to focus on bigger, better things. And I think I got a pretty solid card this week. We have in the 1 o'clock matchup, the Dolphins +3. For some reason, the Dolphins are home underdogs. And that is very, very confusing to me. They play very well at home. And I live in Florida. The weather right now is still very, very hot, very, very humid. That is going to affect this game greatly. I think Miami +3 is very good. I would take the money line as well. That's not an official bet, but Miami +3. I don't see Blocktober ending anytime soon for the Dolphins. On to the next game, I have Baltimore -3. I'm going to get a lot of heat for this pick, but Baltimore has a phenomenal defense, and New Orleans is never the same away from home. Fun fact, Drew Brees has never beaten the Baltimore Ravens. He's beaten every other NFL team except for this one, and this is not going to be the week he does it. Baltimore -3, lock it in. I have, if you play DraftKings or FanDuel, I have a Baltimore Ravens stack of Joe Flacco and Willie Snead as my stack of the week. I expect a big game from them tearing up that defense. This is going to be a fairly high-scoring game, but I think the Ravens can get more stops defensively and win the game. It's going to be very bad football for defense, as most of NFL games are nowadays. Again, different time, different place. We could discuss that. Patrick Showtime Mahomes. Betting with him this week. Well, not really betting with him, but they are playing Kansas City Sunday night. Coming off of a short week, I guess. They don't get they get the full rest, but the Bengals get a little more rest. 3 hours could be a big difference. But I'm taking the over in this game. It is currently at 58.5. I would take it as high as 60. I think this is going to be very similar to last week. It's going to be just a shootout. Joe Mixon's going to have a big week. Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, AJ Green, Tyler Boyd, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Dalton, Tyler Eifert's hurt, Travis Kelce. Big week from both of these offenses. Just expect a lot of points. Cincinnati's got a solid defense. I just don't think it's all that good. Atlanta -4 is my final pick. That's Monday night. I think it's a great play. I think Atlanta is better than they've played. Plain and simple. They're better than they've shown. I don't really see this offense losing to the Giants' defense. I don't see the Giants' offense beating the Falcons' beat-up defense. Honestly, if the Falcons were at full strength, I see their record being flipped. I see them being 4-2 instead of 2-4. They've had some tough losses. They should cover -4 at home easily against Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Expect Odell Beckham to have another temper tantrum on the sideline. Just plain and simple. This is going to be a good week for us. I feel it. Miami +3, Baltimore -3, Kansas City, Cincinnati over 58.5, and Atlanta -4. Those are the official picks of myself for this weekend. I Love all of those picks. If you only got a few dollars to bet, I would focus on the over because I just see it being a complete shootout. Anytime Patrick Showtime's Mahomes on the field, it's going to be a shootout. The kid's special. He hasn't really played a great defense yet, but when you can go into Foxborough and put up 40 points, you're something else. And he's something else. Andy Reid, they should have won that game on Sunday, but Andy Reid's poor time management skills, which kind of goes into the Bears last weekend too. I'm not going to try to dwell on that too much, but just poor time management really messed them up. I will have an update up on the Typical Sports Fan website with my Patriots preview for the week where they take on the Chicago Bears. And let's hope for a good week. I'll see you guys next week.